All right, guys, Unihertz Titan 2. So I had posted a full review on this and then like a beginner's tips and tricks videos. And you guys had commented some questions. So I pulled a few of them out and I figured I'd just make a quick video on it in case some of this stuff helps some other people. So let's just go through some of the questions I got and let's see if I can help out. And if I can't, then maybe in the comments, if you guys have solutions, you can offer them and then everybody else can get helped out with their issues. Okay, so number one, simple question, how's the vibration on it, all right? The answer to this question is the vibration on it is fine. It feels a little bit cheap. And to get into it a little bit, you can go into settings, all right? And then I just type in, and then vibration and haptics, scroll down, and then here's some of your vibration and haptics options. Boom. I don't know if you guys can even. You can choose vibration and haptics here, ring vibration, vibrate first and ring gradually. Vibrate on connect or disconnected, notification vibration, alarm vibration, touch feedback, media vibration, fingerprint vibration. So that's your vibration settings. And the answer to your question is the vibration on this, it's fine. It feels a little bit weaker than it should be, and it feels a little bit cheap. And because this phone is so thick, or I don't know if that's why, but this phone is so thick, when it vibrates, it almost feels like hollow, like a hollow vibration. Like you can almost feel it in your hand and feel it vibrating through the phone. So whatever that means. So it's not bad, but it just feels like budget vibration, if that makes any sense. All right. Okay. Question number two. Hello, Unihertz Titan 2. Can you please conduct a video call test? Bro, I'm throwing it up now.
What's up, big man? Front camera.
All right, so that's the video call test. It's fine. I mean, the camera on this thing isn't the best. You know, it is what it is. All right, number three. In your opinion, if I were to buy this phone, what is the most reasonable shelf life? 3 years, 4 to 5, used as daily text plus calls. Okay, so my answer to this question is you should be able to get about 3 years of life out of this. You guys got to keep in mind, you're paying $400 for this phone from Unihertz, which is not a Samsung, it's not an Apple. They're not promising as much. The software's a little bit laggier, a little bit buggier. We all know this, all right? So just keep that in mind when you're getting it. So Unihertz has said they're committed to upgrading to Android 17. To check your phone for updates, go to settings, scroll all the way down. System updates, check for update, and it's going to check for update, all right? So I'm going to tell you that the shelf life on this thing, you probably get 3 years out of it, but as you use it, you're going to start noticing some bugs, some laggier software for whatever reason, right? And Unihertz isn't really saying that we're going to promise you 7 years. So I'd say 3 years is a decent shelf life on this thing, 2 to 3 years. And also we'll keep in mind, it's $400 phone, so you know, you're not out as much as these flagship phones either, but you're not going to get as many of the security updates if that's important to you. And you're probably not going to get as many of the Android updates either. So there you have it. Okay, next up, are you Tai Lopez? No, I'm not Tai Lopez. All right, I'm using GBoard, but now when I hit the backspace key, it deletes the whole sentence I wrote. How do I fix that? Okay, so right after I posted this video, I'm on GBoard too, and I actually started having this happen as well. And what I found, I did a little bit of digging, and what I found is if you're hell-bent on using GBoard, I think it might be a bug, maybe not, but what I noticed is when you hit Alt, if you notice on GBoard, when you hit Alt here, okay, and you have your Alt popped up top, and you hit Delete, it's gonna delete your whole thing. Right, so you're typing, and then you go delete, 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 all is good, all is good. Boom. But I've noticed if you press Alt and then hit delete, it's going to delete your whole message. So if you're hell-bent on using GBoard, just make sure you're careful to not hit Alt, all right? Which from what I found, this seems to fix it, right? Because if I'm typing right here, boom, 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 and then I just delete, it's all good, right? And I hold it and it deletes a bunch. But if I hit Alt, it's going to delete the rest of the thing. So that's one thing. The other thing I did is I went over to the settings, to my keyboard settings. All right. Boom, GBoard right there. And then in your physical keyboard here, Titan key is Titan, use on-screen keyboard is off. And then what I did is I turned on sticky keys. And I don't know, now this was off by default. I don't know if this actually is gonna fix the problem, but it did help me. So Alt on GBoard and sticky keys, okay? Turn that on. And the other thing that I did is I've been trying out this Pastera keyboard. I know that I said that I wasn't, crazy sold on it, but it's not bad. And so when I go to type, I click keyboard here and I can do Pastera. And the one thing I like more than the GBoard is on Pastera keyboard, the symbol key actually brings up your symbols, right? So with GBoard, you got to go to this US button and click settings or symbols. And you got some symbols you can do with the Alt key, of course, but to get into more of them, you've got to go into your symbols, okay? Or you can show your symbols keyboard here. But if you do Pastera keyboard, then if you hit symbols, it just pops up. So depending on your preference, you guys might like that a little bit more. And I know a lot of people have been liking Swift key on this. I'm not too big of a fan. Once I figured out the Alt trick on GBoard, I've kind of kept GBoard up just because I like it more. I like the predictive text more. Pastera is also doing pretty good with the with the symbol key and all that. So it's really a toss up on which ones you guys like more. If you go and look at the forums, a lot of people are using SwiftKey. A lot of people are using Pastera. I don't mind GBoard, but that Alt may be a way to stop it deleting the whole sentence. Okay. Next up. My subscreen doesn't work. All it does is show the clock display. So without more information, it's hard to, because this, for me, when I got the phone, the subscreen was working. So what I will say is out of these two red buttons on the side, the top button controls is set by default to control on and off on the subscreen. So this turns your subscreen on and off. But of course, if it's off, you should be able to double tap on it too. Okay. One thing you might be able to check, you go settings, subscreen settings, select clock plate, okay, screen timeout, you might put to never, okay, double tap to wake up is on, wake up with main screen may need to be turned on, okay, and then the other thing you can try and do and see if this helps. I haven't had this problem. If you guys have had this problem, let other people know in the comments if you have a fix for it. The other thing you can try and do is go to your apps, all right? And you're gonna see all 88 apps. Then you're gonna click the three up at the top, the three little hamburger menu up at the top, go show system, and you're gonna scroll down. Down here to Sub Display Launcher. You're gonna click Sub Display Launcher, all right? You're gonna go permissions, call logs, phone, whatever. But you're going to go to storage and cache here, and you're going to clear it. Is it cache or cache? You're going to clear it, all right? And once you do that, see if you can restart your phone and see if it fires back up. See, I've got it firing back up. And here's all the clock faces and all that. Boom. So those are a couple things that you guys might try to get your subscreen working. And of course, if nothing's working, if it doesn't work, it may just be a bricked on your phone. And I don't know if you get in touch with Unihertz and go down that road and see how far you get that way too. All right, so next up, I want to know the rest of the joke. Why do butterflies get their own pavilion, but other insects get smashed? What's the rest and punchline? I replied to you and I said I would look into it because I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. I don't think I had the rest of the joke. I have a subsection in my notes for jokes. And one thing I was thinking about one day when I was high is why is it we're afraid insects? We think all these insects are so gross, except butterflies. Butterflies get their own section of the garden. We love butterflies. We let them land on us. But cockroaches, moths, everything else, we consider ugly. I don't know why. That's all I was saying. Okay, and then the next question, number 8. Hello, this is a very good review of the phone. Everything is explained very clearly. Thank you very much, buddy. I do have a few questions though. Could you show us what it's like to use email in the Outlook app? All right. Okay, so real quick. So here's your Outlook app. You're going to download it from Play Store just like usual, just like all your other apps. All right. Outlook. And then here's what it looks like. New mail. Well, let's say we don't compose it. So here's what Outlook looks like. All right, new message. Scroll up and down right there. Now you got your inbox, focused or other. And then down at the bottom, you've got your calendar and you've got the apps that you can use. Okay, and then filter over here on the side. And then over here up top, you've got your inbox, all your different inboxes. And then over here, you've got new mail. Basically looks exactly like the same layout. Very usable, but that's what it's going to look like. All right. Okay, and then in the same question, I'm also curious about the functionality of Microsoft apps such as Excel and other spreadsheets. So here's Excel. Come on, buddy. So here's what Excel looks like. Got it. So you guys see when you start typing, this pops up. So look, so I'm going to go, got Alt 3, let's say. And then down here, I can enter. So this is where this is where your keyboards kind of start to matter a little bit. So if I want to do like an equal sum formula, I've got to go, right? You hit symbol, nothing happens on this GBoard. So you got to go US, show symbols keyboard, okay? Equal, and then equals right there. And then start typing sum. You got to close the keyboard. And then the rest you can do with Alt. So here's your parentheses. Pick that. Go Alt plus. Pick that. Close the parentheses. Enter. And so there you go. So it's like that. So I think if you switch to Pastiera keyboard, enter formula. So here you've got equal, sum. It's a little bit easier with the Pastiera keyboard, honestly, to access the symbols just because they got this symbol button working. So that's spreadsheets. That's what that looks like. Okay. Here's Word. And you're just here in your documents, recents documents. So you add blank document. On the Titan. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Then same question, is this device WhatsApp friendly? I would like to be able to use WhatsApp on this device all day. I mainly want to use it for work where reading and replying to emails and having many WhatsApp conversations with clients is essential. So then here's WhatsApp. I've got it working, right? Here's what that looks like. And you guys, I get it here in my WhatsApp on this phone. And then get that here. You get all the check marks. Everything works. WhatsApp works fine. No problems there. So it is WhatsApp friendly and everything works the way it should. Here's what I'm going to tell you, bro. And this, you didn't ask this, but you said I mainly want to use it for work, where reading and replying to emails and having many WhatsApp conversations with clients is essential. So it's going to be, even though this phone has the RAM required and all that, it's a little bit, it takes some getting used to, and it's a little bit difficult because of the software, in my opinion, because of this Dimensity chip, to zip around this. I know what you mean, bro. I'm in sales. My regular job is in sales, and I am zipping around these things, dude. I'm on phone calls, then I'm on emails, then I'm on text, then I'm on Google Voice. I'm doing all these things. I'm switching apps. I'm in my recents, all this stuff, right? And it needs to happen fast. It needs to happen when I need it to happen. All of this, on this phone, you're going to be able to do this, But what I'm remembering when we talk about this is the BlackBerry Passport. When you're zipping around the hub, right? You hit left to access the hub. Boom, boom, right there. You're typing this, you're typing this. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, the keys don't feel as good on this, okay? The Dimensity chip on this starts to lag when you overload it, all right? The software just gets a little bit laggier. It doesn't want to keep up with you as quick. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying this is a $400 phone. So, to answer your question, all your stuff that you asked about works, but to work on it, to actually use this phone for work, there's something that I feel in my heart of hearts a little bit sheepish about it to fully trust it. I don't even know how to fully articulate this. When I had the BlackBerry Passport, maybe it was even the way they marketed it. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but I felt like a business professional with a business phone walking around, right? And you're doing everything you need to do. Boom, you're zipping through here. You're on the hub. You're in your email. In your hub, you've got all your messages and emails. You're typing. You're doing all this, and the other. You can do this here. It's just not going to be as fast. So if you're picturing this as an upgrade of any kind of flagship phone productivity that doesn't have a keyboard, I don't think it is, right? I got these flagship phones. I zip around on them. I do what I need to do. So just keep that in mind. Again, it's a $400 phone with Android 15 with a Dimensity chip, and that's what it runs like, all right? That's what I got. Okay, last, I wish I could have watched this video, but you stand entirely way too close to the mic. You breathe, smack, and exhale all into the microphone. Unwatchable, LOL. All right, so look, guys, I hear you, I get it. I'm not like a tech guy. My job was in sales, my regular job. I just started recording these videos. The first couple of videos, I was recording it in front of the phone with the regular phone mic. Then I had a $10 mic. My friend hit me up and said, well, your videos sound like absolute shit. You need a real mic. So I upgraded to this DJI Bluetooth mic. I'm not gonna get a whole setup, right? I don't know. I want this to sound listenable to you guys. One guy said this, right? I got a bunch of comments, 50, 60 comments on that video. All of my other videos, 56, whatever, not all of my other videos, but the other videos that do well, get a bunch of comments. This one guy said it's unwatchable and it sounds like shit. So dude, I believe you, but I need help. I'm trying to make this better and make it sound good for you guys, but I'm not gonna, I don't have a whole studio, right? I'm gonna make this as simple as possible so I can keep putting out content. So I've got a decent mic. I'm gonna try a couple things. Hopefully it sounds better for you guys. I'm turning the gain down. But if you guys have some simple suggestions, and keep in mind, my buddy's like this. My buddy's like a computers and IT guy, and I ask him and he goes, and he'll give you the best thing that you need. I need simple tweaks that I can make real quick to sound a little bit better. So I'm not doing this on purpose, buddy. I hear you. I'm just doing my best to get some of these videos out there. So hopefully this answers a couple of your guys' questions. If I didn't answer the questions and you guys know the answers to some of these questions, please comment below so we can all kind of help each other and get the most use out of this phone that we can. So Unihertz Titan 2 Q&A. Thanks you guys for watching, and we'll be back with more videos.